There is a world beyond possibility, lying just beyond our sight, wilder than imagination, where the real and digital meet and coalesce and create the impossible. A world threatened utterly, along with our very own. A world entered into and subsequently left by 5 chosen heroes, 5 Digidestined, who, if they're lucky, might be able to save them both, with a little help from their best friends. Good morning, afternoon, and or evening, depending upon time zone. Ladies, gentlemen, and all those in between and beyond that binary of the internet, welcome back to Neon Lights Roleplay. And more importantly, welcome back to With the Will after so long of a break. I'm your host, Young Foxy, for the duration of stream, and I have around me a couple of wonderful individuals who are going to help me delve right into the muck and mire, the grit and grime, I'm kidding, this game's so fucking wholesome, of this wonderful game. I can tell you all about them, but rather than me blabbering for too much longer, we'll let them do their goddamn thing. So friends, as we go around the screen, could you please tell me who you are, who you're playing tonight, who you have with you as your partner, and how excited you are for the game we have tonight. I'm gonna start with one of my absolute best friends, someone I've known for a very long portion of my life now, who I wouldn't be without, and who I'm so very glad to have here. You know them, you love them. I'm talking, of course, about the incomparable and incredible Spree Uzaki.
Uzaki is very important, yep. Also, wholesome, yeah, after you made me cry last time.
It was a good cry!
Uh-huh. If you haven't watched last episode, do that and you can see me cry.
We'll get this.
There'll be Foxfire, and I have my nice, definitely not edgy Digimon partner, Renamon.
I don't think she's that edgy until she Dino-storms.
A little bit. A little bit.
And of course, the question, excited for tonight?
Yeah.
Love to hear it. Sliding across the overlay. I forget who's placed where right now, so I'm just gonna call you out randomly until we figure it out.
Go to Isabel.
Cool, love it. We're going to one of two, one half of the fuck siblings. The dynamic duo that this game would not be complete without, quite literally, the heart of the team bearing the crest of love. Our incredible and incomparable corn dog, McGraw, the one and only. Hello, beautiful. How are you?
Hey, it's me, Corn Dog McGraw. I am playing Isabella Flux. With my partner Lalomon, and we are here to have a great time, a wonderful time even. I am very excited for tonight. Do I know what's going on? Never. Am I gonna do my best? Always. Well, almost always. At least tonight I will.
And you know what? That's all that matters in the end, is that you do your best. Because frankly, as long as you're doing your best with your best friends around you, what could go wrong, right?
Yeah, and I mean, our chat is just like weird Digimon smut right now, so I'm having a great time.
You know what?
Tonight.
And if you got weird Digimon smut, could you really go? We'll get there.
Should I go? Should I start posting it just in Neon Lights like server?
Just do it.
It's just gonna be a litany of Angelomon smut. And I wonder if there's anything sexy about Sunflowmon that I can find.
I'm sure you can.
I'm gonna find weird plant kink.
The internet's a strange place, but before we get to weird plant kink, we have of course, one last character to introduce. Because what would the fuck duo be without their, of course, protagonist duo, the spunk, the courage, the fire that fuels this little gaggle of fuck-ups. And I gotta be honest, this person's arc has just been so fucking fun to draw without, although it's forced me to write in ways that I haven't been able to write so far before, which is fitting because this person makes me write and think in ways that I haven't before meeting them, and I'm so fucking blessed for that. Friends, you know and love this person if you've been anywhere near Neon Lights, so it gives me great pleasure and joy to introduce or reintroduce you all to legendary Vermin.
Oh, wow, thanks. I'm Legendary Vermin. Tonight, I'm going to be playing Artie as we face the unknown in evil Digimons. I'm very excited. Corndog is out here posting Angelomon feet pics, and I keep cracking up every time I see it.
Oh my, I didn't even look.
That's the most funny thing I think you've said out of context ever in my life. But you know what? I'm going to slide past that because we have a show to do. And friends, I guess lastly, if you don't know who the hell I am by now, I'm Young Foxy.
No audio. Do we have audio?
No, I think Emily's saying they're muted because they're busy.
Oh,
Okay,
okay.
We're good. It's fine. Thanks
I
for
was
letting me
panicking.
know.
We
You're
have
fine, it's all good.
audio. I didn't fuck them.
I would have been terrified. In any case, friends, I'm Young Foxy, aka Big Foxy, also known as Favorite Fox, Philly's finest. I play everyone that's not these wonderful people, including playing their best friends sometimes, which is hard to do, but should be less hard when there's only 3 of them today. We are, of course, missing our lovely and incomparable classical Glyza, who is away and dealing with personal things right now. We wish them all the best, all the health, and send them all of our love. Please put some love in the chat for them, as we miss them so very much. And, without any further ado, let me do my cool little recap thing I always do, and then we'll get the fuck going, because we're short on time already, friends. Last time, our party delved into Datacorp Tower, into Goliath headquarters, sneaking in through the power of digital portals, and the help of one Scarlett's boyfriend, David. They were able to get into Scarlett's dad's office, and effectively, well, sneak around, do some snooping. While doing said prying, Scarlett, of course, had to go and, well, talk to her dad, who, it turns out, also said, well, that she should bring her friend. Outside of that, the party got together and began to check around the office, which led to one of their member, namely Foxfire, delving into the back room and encountering a strange man. A man with a Datacorp tag on his fine green and red suit. That man taunted Foxfire for a brief bit, seemingly far more knowledgeable about what was happening than any normal human outside of a Digidestin should be. But afterwards, Foxfire began to hear their friends taunt and jibe about not wanting them. After some time and some hurt, they were able to pierce through that illusion and get back to their friends, with love in their heart, awakening their crest. Separate than that, the group is now reassembled and ready to find out what the hell is behind that strange door Foxfire got lost behind. But before that, we put ourselves somewhere else. Not in Goliath headquarters, but instead in the Goliath home. So then, this is your friend. A large man in a suit says, sitting behind a desk in a personal office. In front of him, Scarlett stands, holding a very stock-still Terriermon. Yeah, Dad, he's a new stuffed animal I got my hands. Scarlett. Does he talk like the others? Terriermon looks up at Scarlett, who shrugs. Hi. So then, how many digital incursions have you encountered? Digital what now? Incursions. That's the official term we give to these entities that dwell within the other realm, the digital realm. She says, they call themselves Digimon, and we've seen plenty. And she, almost kind of sensing the feeling in the air, gets a bit defensive. And lots of them are very good people. They're kind. They have homes and jobs and friends and families and loves and all that. And she says, and he cuts her off again, they aren't people, Scarlett. They are a threat. And one we have been preparing for a long time now. And she, keeping that same defensive aura, that same defiant aura children always carry with them, pushes back a bit. And what is this plan of yours? What's happening in that tower? He flinches, showing emotion on his face for the first time in a very long time. What do you know about that? She says, not enough. Not what we should know. He says, then I will be plain with you, and with your friend, Terriermon flinches. I was approached years ago, after an incident, by a man who spoke knowledgeably about the digital realm. Him and his company, Datacorp, partnered with me with a goal to not only secure the digital realm against further incursions into our realm, but to provide global communication and surveillance on a scale that could be exported to any company, any region, any nation across the world. We could unite people in a way that people couldn't do before. Scarlett, or surveil them. Her father says, I appreciate how knowledgeable you've always been. That, however, means nothing. What is important, is that you tell me right now where your friends are. Scarlet flinches, looks down at Terriermon, who clearly gives a look at her that shows you can't be seriously considering giving them up right now, are you? And Scarlet can only sweat a bit in concern. We, however, don't have time to linger there. Friends, we're back to you all. You're inside the head office of the CEO of Goliath headquarters. There's a spooky door behind there with some spookier stuff back there, you're assuming. You're all assembled, and, well, you just had some weird stuff going on with Foxfire. In fact, you all aren't sure what happened, but Foxfire seemed to break through some strange illusion as you all couldn't get through that door. And now appears a bit rattled, but seems happy to see you all. Settle back into that scene, as well as I am always so fond to say, that scene is yours.
Am I remembering correctly that we ended in like a big squeeze hug?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We ended in crying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I tried to hold it together. I tried to stay mean, but I couldn't. You guys, my notes from the last time are terrible. I just want you to know. It just says David's sister is Davette.
Oh,
That's the only note I have from last session. Am I doing this right?
I mean, I do remember that.
Close enough.
What a of all the notes to take, what a note to have. I think Artie being uncomfortable with displays of physical intimacy as somebody who's figuring out their gender is going to be the first one to
leave the
and I'm done. But I like to believe that Jellymon is one of the last to be participating.
and is still holding on to Artie.
Whether that's because Jellymon loves hugs or because Jellymon is hard to unstick from people sometimes, the world may never know. It's both. The answer is both. Ian kind of separates from the hug a bit and just... So, we are going through that door? Foxfire, what'd you see through there?
It was dark and there was weird, stuff around, and some creep showed up talking all cryptic.
You mean like the creepy guy in the uniform who walked out of here?
Yeah, him, but he was back in there somehow, and now he's gone? I don't...
Doramon pops up. He's a magician!
Maybe, but bad.
Oh,
He's
I
not
like
a fun magician.
magicians.
Well, and Artie does his best to summon a catchy one-liner. Well, let's crash this birthday party. Oh, that didn't work.
Jellymon, however, is still like, hell yeah!
We'll copy pose and then door open.
So, you open the door, and while Foxfire, the room certainly isn't as dark and impossible to see into as it was when you first stepped in. You're not sure why. It's definitely dark. But you enter and are able to see a room that is dimly lit by several red panel line lights around the top. The room is covered in dark machinery, in tons and tons of, I guess not even tons, not tons, but in panels and lines of consoles and readouts, scrolling out numbers and letters and symbols and characters in languages you're certain none of you speak. Some of them might even be looking a little bit like some of the runes you were seeing on the temple in the digital world. You're looking into this room, and you're wondering what could possibly be happening here, and I'll give you a couple of things to look to notice. One are, of course, all those strange readouts I'll give you that are showing all kinds of strange symbols and numbers all over the place. Secondly, is that there is a massive central system, a massive central machine of some kind, where I mentioned last session that you guys saw a small micro server bank that had some panels or some cables running into this back room here. You can see much larger cables all pulling from the floor and from the walls up into this central machine. It looks almost kind of like a cup has sort of like convex. Convex is inside, right? Or is that concave? Whatever. It's got a cup, sort of. It's got a bowl almost sort of structure to it. And the third thing I'll give you in the room is held in that bowl, contained in this machinery, is a large red and not so much glowing but dimly illuminated prism, a construct, a geometric structure of multifaceted, of many sides that is containing something. It's too opaque for you to fully see into it right now, but that's what you're getting. Room full of machinery, a central machine, and a big central prism structure construct of some kind in that central machine. If there's any of you want to look around at, maybe get more info on, or try to look at, feel free to do so, and let me know what you're doing as you're doing so.
You said there were symbols kind of like what we had seen in the temple?
Absolutely.
Fire's gonna bring out the Digivice and see if scanning over those gives anything.
All right. Uh-oh.
It'll be a temporary game.
No, it's fine.
Oh.
See, everything got fixed immediately. Okay, so while I'm looking this up, looking at one thing real quick, Foxfire, could you give me a? I'm pretty sure it's what's it? Is it smarts? Is the human stat?
Logic.
Logic. I forget what the stats are in this game very often.
It's logic, reflex, and spirit for the kids.
Thank you. That's very helpful for me. Could you give me a logic test, and could you tell me what, if any, talents you have on your sheet?
My talent is for drawing and sketching, so I don't know if that would.
No. Actually, how many dice do you have? How many ranks is that talent?
1.
It should be higher. You don't have any more talents than that. You haven't a bunch of upgrades yet.
What?
Do me a favor. You haven't finished applying your upgrades, have you? Or did you just not gain any talents at all?
You should have gained new talents as we've leveled up.
I think you might have chosen not to. You just chosen to gain all traits instead.
Yeah, because Digimon.
You know what? That's fair. Go ahead and roll that logic check.
Yeah.
Apply your 1 extra die from your talent, please. Hold the result until later. Other friends, what are you doing?
Being somebody who is not thoughtful and goes for the most obvious thing, Artie's gonna check out the egg.
Alrighty.
Big red egg.
Big red egg. I will be looking for the darkness once more, just like I was before we lost our good friend Foxfire.
All right.
The darkness, because I initially saw it, and now I've got to be like, oh shit, that's right.
Yeah. Okay. Awesome. This works perfectly. I need a spirit test from you, Isabella, and Artie. How about you clarify for me a bit more on what you're looking at with this egg? Are you just like looking for what the hell is this thing? Are you going for like what does this thing feel like? What's my vibe? What's your goal here?
I don't think Artie is gonna figure out what it is, no matter how hard he looks. He is not a creature of brains, so he's basically vibe checking it.
All right. So we're gonna say that's gonna be also a spirit check from you. And in the same vein, could you, Isabella and Artie, tell me what your talent, any talent you want to apply here? Don't worry about how you apply them. Just tell me what one you want to apply.
Call it like it is.
And your dice in that?
Dose.
Add those dice.
Okay. And you said that was a spirit check? Excellent.
Mm-hmm. And Isabella?
So what if it's what if I don't have an applicable talent, but I do have an applicable desire? My desire is I need to keep everyone safe. And for me, this feels like I gotta watch out for that darkness so it doesn't get Foxfire again, so we don't all cry again.
All right. I will okay, so
I'm
I will
just-
fully allow this. I will fully allow this.
Because
It will
otherwise,
make-
it's first aid and friendly face. I just really dumped so much in first
So-
aid.
I will allow you to make this roll with. I'll allow you to make this roll with double boost, meaning effectively, you will succeed on 2s or higher for your die. But
Oh,
remember that the consequence for playing into your desire is that you gain bond strain.
oops.
All right,
Oh
then.
well.
Make that roll.
Uh,
Hold the result.
Okay, holding.
And Artie, you also okay. So let's start very simply with Foxfire. What you get from me?
A 6.
6 passes.
What?
Oh, 6 passes or 2 or just 1 6?
No, a single 6.
Ah, okay, fair enough. So, you and Renamon go to get us to start looking at these symbols. And again, you're able to pull up some of your old sketches as well that you draw through these symbols as well. And while you're not able to tell too much of what's going on here because this is unintelligible, you don't know enough about. You might have some basic knowledge of computers. This is clearly far above what you're usually knowledgeable on. However, you are noticing that you are noticing that when these symbols seem to be popping up specifically in a couple of streams that look a lot like when you were monitoring energy levels on your digivice in digital world before all those rifts opened up. It's not the same level speak like the same levels at all, but it appears like there are graphs that are monitoring energy levels in the digital world, which tells you that assuming you guys already know that part of DataCorp and Goliath Industries' plan is to do something that affects the digital world and the real world, this room is probably the hub of where they're doing it. That's the first thing you're thinking. So you can go ahead and communicate that to your friends if you'd like to.
Sorry, my brain just shut off for the last 6 seconds or so.
That's fine.
So what info would I have to share?
You just learned that this room is clearly, since again, this room is clearly where Goliath Industries and DataCorp channel their connection to the digital world.
Well, guys, this is definitely probably the most important place for figuring out how the hell the digital world got connected here, because there's all this stuff here that's just like the same as the temple that's mirroring all of that.
So are they trying to read a prophecy?
No. Not that I can tell.
Are they trying to change the future?
Marty, what was your result for your roll?
A 4, a 5, a 5, and a 6. So that's 5 successes.
That's enough. Artie, you're looking. So you get the thought of, are they trying to change the future? And you turn and look at this prism, this thing, which again you now tell. Okay, if this is, you can already immediately tell if this is their hub to the digital world. This main central thing is either a power reserve, a connection port. It is the main thing that's doing that. This is the big important machine, and this prism is powering, fueling, driving, computing. It's the central processor. It's super important. This prism thing is the most important part of this. You jump and look at it. You almost press your face into the prism, finally able to just barely see through the opaqueness of it enough to see inside of it. And what you see inside is a Digimon. A small, almost looks kind of like you've seen enough small rabbit-looking things like Terriermon or Lopmon. Looks almost kind of like them. Very small and white, but lined with purple. Has sort of a frayed, almost like frill pattern to its wide ears, and a mark on its head, a red triangle with 3 other red triangles around it. It looks at you, and clearly the moment it sees a face, panics and shrinks back like it is in pain and complete terror.
Oh no. Oh no, I upset the egg. I have upset the egg.
Nothing
Why?
happens.
Why?
I put my hands up like I'm not gonna do anything.
It doesn't stop flinching, but it doesn't move anywhere. Just
Hey, can you hear me, little friend?
it looks up at you.
Jellymon, who is that?
I don't know.
Fire's gonna,
I take out my
to
digivice.
scan.
As you pull out your device to scan, it doesn't read back as a name. It doesn't read back as symbols. Then I don't know how to explain this except that the name of this Digimon comes back as pure light. You get a symbol, you get the same construct that you do, like that spinning image of Digimon. Its name is just the essence of light itself.
I am gonna have a stroke if I keep looking at my digivice. Hey, small friend. It looks like you don't want to be in there.
It shakes its head, and the moment it does, red energy pulses from all the cables on the floor up to that machine into the prism, arcs as lightning into the inside of it, and while you can't hear anything from the outside of it, that Digimon clearly begins to scream.
Renema,
I
destroy
am
those
a-
wires.
Yeah. I am a bitch of action. Help! Wires! It's hurting it.
Renamon goes to swing at the at the wires. Jellymon turns to just go and smash at the machine. Before anything else, Isabella, what was that roll?
Okay, so I rolled 2 6s, a 5, and a 3. So 4 successes.
6 count as 2. That's 6.
6 successes.
That is
I can do
more
mathematics.
than enough. Isabella, you are listening to everything that's happening. You've heard everything that's happened so far. You saw what happened with Artie. You're looking around at what's going on. But you're also vigilantly aware of that darkness you saw, because like you said, you need to keep everyone safe.
Yeah.
And it's as you're looking around, you and Lalamon almost kind of feel like a almost spider sense moment of like something's wrong. Renamon swings claws. Jellymon swipes their hand. You and Lalamon instinctively scream, "No, don't!" simultaneously, and both of you hit darkness. It is dark all around you. Everything is gone, except that prism, just that red prism with that Digimon inside of it. Not screaming, but just convulsing as that lightning continues to impact it. Other than that, everything around you all is blackness. And from out of that blackness walks a figure. A figure all of you have seen at least once before. Impressive for you to have gotten this far. Impressive indeed. And Kian, who has been quietly sitting around, starts to look around. What's going on? I do, however, wish that man, that same human man, with the teal suit and the red tie and the Data Corp logo in gold, walks in here. I do, however, wish there were less of you. He snaps his finger. Kian just disappears into the darkness with Doraemon, fully swallowed by it, gone in an instant. No scream, just gone. Less of you indeed.
Critical evolution.
As that critical evolution happens, as you all immediately recognize, oh, you know what? No, hold on. What the fuck? Narrativize this. You all see this man walking in. You're deciding to critically evolve. Talk me through this shit. Let's go. What's happening?
Fire balls up her fists and is just starting to go towards this man. Bring them back.
Renamon has been walking behind you, just rolls her shoulder once, cracks her fist, and then cartwheels. And as she comes out of that cartwheel, fully immersed in that purple flame, lands on all fours. Yokomon.
You're not in charge here! Is Artie's excellent battle cry.
Jellymon. Damn right you're not! Let's go all the way!
And they do like the side fist bump.
They side fist bump. That fist immediately grows large into a massive claw as Jellymon grows into a large, shapely woman, and that walk becomes a saunter. Lady Devamon.
I like that image. Sorry, I like that image especially because it's like Artie's regular hand against the jelly, and then all of a sudden it's like a huge fist with giant fucking red claws on it.
Yeah.
The claws have to go like this though, because they can't go under.
True.
Yeah.
True.
The good flat finger fist bump.
Isabella, how about you?
Isabella is freaking out and very shaken by a friend disappearing just like that. And I think it's Lalamon reacting to Isabella freaking out that causes her evolution into Angelwoman as she prepares to defend us herself.
Lalamon literally instinctively jumps back.
I like to think
you.
that she gets real angry for a second, and that's like not an emotion she's ever had before.
Absolutely. Fully just sitting in your lap pouch, angry, leaps up and out of it, lands, and as she lands, the wings just flare out from her back as that white shadow grows. Angelwoman, I won't allow you to hurt my friends. The man stares it off and says, Really? No time for conversation or anything? Fighting just like that? You intend to kill a human?
You started it.
Oh well. Suppose there's no point in disguise then at this point, is there?
Yeah. You don't seem very human to me.
Perceptive that one is.
No, not perceptive. You just disappeared two people. Do you think we're thick?
And he said, and he will look at you, Artemis, and for the first time, the very thick glass, like very thick lenses you couldn't see eyes through, will look down, and you'll see not a pair of normal human eyes, but effectively what looked like just a pair of mirrors in his eye sockets. Frankly, watching your progress so far, yes, I think you're all quite dense. However,
Answer things hit harder, baby! Punch him!
and Lady Devamon rushes forward, swipes a claw. The man will bring his arm up, and suddenly that arm is a massive, gauntleted metal arm surrounded by a wide, round rim, on the other side of which is a mirror. The other arm will do the same. He will become a large figure with a central mirror that makes up the whole of his effective face and torso, whereupon a single eye will rest. And he will look like a massive metal armored teal and red rimmed figure with mirrors all around him. You may call me Mercurymon, herald of the great folly.
How about I call you a bitch?
You may call me whatever, as you die screaming surrounded by no one.
I think we're past that.
I think you're awful and just kind of bad. Well, not kind of bad, very bad, and I think you should stop. I think you should stop what you're doing. It doesn't have to be like this.
And he says, what? Like this? And twists that hand, and you'll see more of that lightning run into that prism, and the Digimon inside shrivel up more, clearly in even more pain.
Can I personally go run up and punch him in the dick?
I love this. Isabella takes off running, angry and emotional, charging toward this. And like we get in the anime scene, we get that moment where the camera freezes with the art style change speed lines as Isabella runs up to this Digimon, everyone looking aside as the camera freezes.
I mean, I'm still going.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
And we go to a very quick break.
Yes.
Friends, please do not go far. It's about to get fucking wild over here. See you back in a few minutes.
Ah.
Bye-bye. And we return to Nights with the Will. Where, you know what? That song is nowhere near tense enough what I need right now. I'm sorry. We're going back to this one, as a matter of fact. Where our party has finally confronted the second Herald. They have realized Data Corp's and Goliath Industries experiments are being fueled by a seemingly innocent Digimon that they are clearly torturing to create the effect that they are creating. And they are now confronted with the reality. Data Corp is not led by a human. It's controlled by Digimon. Mercurymon, to be exact. Herald of the Great Folly. And here he is, in front of you, clearly prepared to engage in his plan. However, that plan gets interrupted fucking dramatically when out of nowhere, one resident, Isabella Fuchs, goes spiraling, running, tears in her eyes and passion in her heart, dare I say love in her heart, running forward and swings forward with a fist. Isabella, describe narratively what this punch looks like.
I would think that she'd run up and realize that she doesn't know how to punch, but she's gonna fucking do it. So she looks at her fist and then just wallops him as hard as she can, and it's not cute. It's not like a professional punch, but there's so much rage in her little body that she is in full scrappy mode, like ready to fight with Artemis because we wrestling, like getting ready for a people's elbow if she has to.
Is there any one-liner you say as you run up and punch this guy?
No, I just scream, bring them back, and run up and just lose my goddamn mind.
Isabella, you swing and you feel your fist barely even, with all your force, barely even make contact with the dense metal of Mercurymon's body as you have to like leap up to even make this punch work. Mercurymon buckles fully, his chest caving in a bit. You know you guys make attack rolls in this game when your Animon attack things normally? Don't bother doing that. As Isabella, you clearly think, I don't punch that hard, as you have that anime hover in midair that you can do in your anime for a brief bit, thinking, I don't punch that hard. And then you look
it's
just
the flipping of the car off the kid. Like,
Again.
it's all that adrenaline.
But then it kind of makes sense as you look just a bit up and see that literally mirroring that pose perfectly is Angelomon behind you.
Yes, Queen Bee.
In his stomach, screaming just in time with you, bring them back. Go ahead and tell me how much damage you do.
Oh gosh. How do I do that?
How do
Should be-
I
how do I- should be-
oh,
on your feet.
damage?
Oh my god. I know this. I know.
Oh, it's okay.
I'm just panicking.
Power times
10
3, maybe plus
damage,
something.
I think.
10.
Oh, that's right. No. It's, what is it?
Power
Hold, please.
times 3,
Mhm.
plus if you have a damage boost, it's an additional 2.
We'll take the 10 for now so we can keep the cool narrative moment going.
It's
So-
15.
Oh, we'll go with the higher number then.
Sorry.
that's fine.
Angelomon is,
So,
that might be like her stat.
Angelomon buries their fist, and Mercurymon goes flying back, having to skid and land on this darkness they've created. And as they land, you fully land. You land, Isabella, from your punch. Angelomon lands behind you, flaps her wings in front of, and sort of like around to like kind of cover and embrace you. I'm right here, always.
Oh, thanks.
She nods and almost
and,
smiles
like,
a bit behind the.
Exhales for the first time.
You hard exhale. Angelomon behind that mask where you can't see her upper face, smiles a bit. Let's kick his ass.
Yeah.
And from there, Corndog, I ask you, who do you want to pass the turn on to?
Caution.
I'm gonna pass it on to Artemis, just because I want to see Devawamon kind of do the follow up potentially.
Right then. We swing us over.
Yeah.
Take it on over, Artie.
Having already started to like fly on in there, Lady Devimon is. Do I want to do that? Do I want to do that? I'm gonna call this something else. Yeah, it's quick and stunning. So, instead of the normal Volt Knuckle, which is absolutely a Jellymon technique, Lady Devimon is going to take her left hand and pull at the chains that kind of hang around her, and throw one out, doing Stun Whip.
All right. Go ahead and give me that attack roll.
You got it, Capitan.
Lady Devimon brings her chains around and swings them down as a massive spiral of them goes up in the air, wraps around, and then starts to crash down on Mercurymon.
Normally I would be rolling with setback, but I'm actually rolling with boost because Mercurymon has not gone yet.
He is not.
So
Nice.
cool. Dice. That's 4 plus 2 for 6. Yeah. Okay. That could have gone better. That's 2 successes.
2 successes is just barely not enough, unfortunately. He also rolled really poorly, but he rolled just 1 more than you. As those chains come crashing down on him, Mercurymon just brings those shields, the shield's arms up, and the chains just get bounced and deflected off. Additionally, as he does so, you'll see him smirk and weave his hands a bit, and you'll see an illusion of like sort of broken mirror shards come up and begin to gather and sort of wrap around like almost with tendrils and start to ensnare around Lady Devimon. As I would like you to gain the real quick. We're gonna go ahead and give you the immobilized condition.
Is this harm or just
No,
a condition?
It's a condition. Immobilized, meaning you cannot move, but you may still act on your turn.
Cool.
As he sort of finishes that off and just valiant, but foolish. Foolish indeed. What now? Artie, who do you pass it on to?
This feels like a narratively appropriate moment for Mercurymon to actually go. Sorry,
well.
Spree. It just feels wrong.
So Mercurymon begins to kind of literally just like slide his hands to his side, down to his side, and slowly begin to just step towards the both of you. You must understand, this was all planned. This is all the culmination of my master's work. You see, soon he shall be reborn in the world. And with it comes the end of the material and digital worlds, and rebirth in new image. As he will suddenly dash towards let's say he's gonna dash towards actually, he's going to dash towards, it seems like you're going directly towards you, Foxfire and Yokomon. He will flicker out of existence, reappear in the middle of all 3 of you, and then turn around. Come then.
Wait, so
Yes,
what did he do?
He ran as if he was gonna come at all 3 of you, flickered out of existence, reappeared in the middle, and just turn around and just, waves his hands as if it's saying, attack. He is clearly not doing the same thing the last guy did, but he is clearly holding his turn as if he's going to act when one of you acts on him. He's going to pass it over to the last person who hasn't gone this round, Foxfire.
Thinking. She's thinking.
I'll just have Yokomon just fire off Hellflame Barrage at him.
Why don't you narratively describe what's happening here so we can know what you're rolling with here? As I remember that's how we decide what stat you guys roll with your attacks, right? I forgot that's how this works. So, how do you want to make this attack happen? Just describe it narratively, then we'll worry about the actual stat you roll afterwards. Narrative first, mechanics afterwards.
All right. Yokomon is just charging up this giant ball of flame in her jaws as she rushes in at him to just unleash it point blank.
Sounds like you're going to roll with, I'd say, power in this case, as the target is close and there's a very clear shot. We are firing at very short range, and there's an opening. Oh, there's an opening, as he's literally holding his arms open and waiting for you. So go ahead and roll with your power.
Okay. I was thinking agility for closing the distance, but that's fine.
I'll say power for this time because he literally got close to you.
Oh, okay, I didn't realize how close he was still. Yeah.
He will also apply a trait.
I forget. I get a die for each rank in my...
Yes.
Okay.
Oof, that's not a good roll. Even with boost, it's not a good roll. Actually, wait, I guess it's... Yeah, no, I guess technically it's... No, wait, you're 2 levels lower, so he'd be technically rolling with double boost, but that's not helping him too much.
Attack.
Oh, in which case he rolls with setback then, or with only one boost then. In which case, yeah, still not helping him out that much.
All right, 2 6s, and I have setback, or
You have setback by default, yes.
okay, yeah. So I have 2 6s and a 5.
There's been a 5 successes.
Yep.
Which is he beats you. I think players 1 times by default. So yeah, I actually hits. What's your damage?
8.
8 damage. So Yokomon dashes in, gets close, gets under them, and shoots off that blast of fire. Mercurymon clearly isn't able to react fast enough, and thus his bluff clearly doesn't even pull off, as he gets nearly baffled the bitches. Go! And what? As it blasts and you crack into that armor just a little bit, dealing damage. And so that's gonna happen. The round's gonna end now, and in this round, 2 of you both dealt damage to him. That's Isabella and Foxfire. I need you both to roll spirit tests real quick.
Is there any context for this spirit test for anything?
You'll find out in a moment.
Is it a normal roll or with setback?
Normal roll.
Would you believe me if I told you I got 5 5s?
Nah, I believe you.
Would you believe me if I said I got...
Fucking Yahtzee, bitches!
Would you believe me if I said I got 1 4?
In that case,
Yes.
Isabella, okay, so Isabella, you land from your punch. You begin to see faces gather around you. Figures that almost look a bit like your parents for a moment. That seem like they want to say, Isabella, that's enough. Come home. But then you're able to just, no. Have to keep my friends safe. And you shake that off. Foxfire, however, very briefly, you lose all sound. Everything goes mute for you. You can't hear anything. I would like you to gain 1 harm. Deafened. So, with that said, the Foxfire, you were the last person to go, so we're now at top of the round. Which one of you wants to go first? Mercurymon. Sorry, I should narrate it a bit more lightly. Let's figure this out. Mercurymon, after taking that impact, lands. Clearly, as you all see the illusions manifest, he has his hand up. He brings it back down, and he says, "What shame when confronted with reflections of yourself. Can you face your own truths, children?" And he again lowers his hands and begins to just walk towards you all. Who's up?
3. Do you want to pass it to somebody?
Yeah, I'll say Artie.
Okay.
Keep in mind, Artie, he is. Artie, he is not in melee range to Lady Devimon, so any attack you want to do has to be ranged. You are still immobilized this turn. So you have to do some kind of range attack.
Yeah, but I can do that.
Sure.
So, because she's at a distance, her options are limited somewhat. But Lady Devimon will kind of throw out her red-clawed left hand, and Artie says, "Just anything to hit him hard, get him off balance." And Lady Devimon will take this room full of shadow and nothing and bend it to her will as a Darkness Digimon, as she casts Shadow Spear, and arrows of darkness kind of shoot out zigzaggy on the screen as they try to pierce Mercurymon.
Then let's see a brains roll as you are attacking from range.
You got it. Okay.
I had to wait for the spirit roll earlier. I have 2 spirit.
Ouch. This is going to be a rough encounter for you, friend. I'm sorry.
Shut
3.
It's fine. It'll be dramatic.
Boneless or squishable does not make sense here. Scary fast does not make sense here. Tattered wings does not make sense here. Shit.
Oh, are those your different qualities?
Yep.
I've got some cool ones, but they'll come in handy later.
Okay, so because I don't have disadvantage against this guy because I'm strong against type.
Mm-hmm.
I rolled 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 successes.
That's
One
enough.
of those is a 6.
That is more than enough. As you are able, as these spears lance out, and Mercurymon, again, you can almost barely see as these spears come out. He cocks his head as if thinking that wouldn't be as effective as they clearly look, and has to bring his shields up to scrape off impacts from these spears. And you can see flecks of those mirrors break off as he does so. You lot are formidable. Formidably annoying.
I'd make a quip, but I'm deaf.
Oh, I've got a quip. If you pass,
and you're an adult.
Damage?
Wait, what did you say?
I said
Burn dog? I'll get you that damage number.
I can't remember. It's already gone. I had a good quip. Oh wait, I still have it. If you need to throw it to me next, I still got it.
Okay. That's 18 damage.
woo! Big numbers.
Spicy.
Hey, Darkness Spear has heavy strike.
It does.
And I got strong for this lady.
All right. Well,
Nice.
in that case, he's not looking great. All right. So,
Yeah, it's over to Corn Dog.
Isabella, take it over.
Isabella, when he makes that comment, just goes, "Oh my gosh, what a great insult. You're so good at insulting. You should insult people more. Ha!" And it's just as patronizing as she can be because she is pissed. She is pissed that her friends have been taken from her by this stupid mirror fuck bucket. And she's going to look at Angelomon and go, "You know what to do." And Angelomon's going to turn, put her hands on her hips, and she's just going to say, "Nuts bazooka." As I nuts bazooka.
No, I know. He's just like, he is like, nuts. What?
And then I'm going to bazooka his mouth. I'm just going to bazooka all in his mouth.
You staying at range?
Yeah. Because this is a range.
Fire
This is a
your nuts
ranged
in his
attack.
mouth.
Yeah. Go ahead and roll plus. Go ahead and roll. Roll with brains then.
Roll plus Brian's.
We love using Brian's. He's already applied a trait, so
And that's my signature attack, and it's a heavy strike when it hits.
Oh no!
Don't forget to roll, if you're doing a signature attack, roll plus its rank.
Yep.
Which should be at least 2.
Yes.
It's 3 because I love Nuts Bazooka.
Oh shit!
Oh, you love
I'm in
enough
trouble.
So wait, so if it's rank 3, do I roll 3 dice for that or no?
Add 3 more
That's
dice.
3
Yep.
additional
That's
dice.
3
on the
additional
attack.
dice.
Nice, because I'm fucking stupid.
Remember, you are still rolling at, I'm pretty sure, a double
Have we-
setback
wait.
because.
Oh, that's
How many
right.
crits have we gotten since the crit gauge got spent?
Oh crap! We should be tracking. Let's put it at half and we'll just take it from there.
Okay.
We don't need to talk about this roll. It's a very limp Nuts Bazooka,
What you got?
as I rolled 3 1s,
It happens.
a 2, and a 3.
It happens.
Oof. Well,
Yeah,
happens to everybody.
it is
Not
a
about the damage.
lackluster Nuts Bazooka.
It's about intimidating him with your nuts.
he,
Yeah.
despite being being confused, simply brings that shield up once again to deflect all the nut pellets that impact him and just, you will not bore me with child's playthings. And he will wave his hand again, and you will see an illusion appear in front of Angelwamon as he manifests.
No!
I'm gonna say he manifests a sort of a deluge of this like fog, this green fogging haze that builds and swells all around Angelwamon. She breathes it in by a bit and begins to cough and wheeze a bit as you gain the poison condition.
First aid! First aid!
I'll be using that soon. Any case, you do notice, however, though, that as you bounce
Ooh,
that,
can I?
sorry, go ahead.
Question, just for me to know later on.
Mhm.
Lalamon had the quality of heal and touch. Does that transfer into Angelwamon?
Absolutely.
Because I will touch myself if needed.
I support your right to touch yourself.
Thank you.
I look forward to that being a clip later. in
This
chat,
is our
actually.
kids show, everyone.
No.
Any case,
This is not a kids show. The vibe is Saturday morning cartoons.
Yeah,
okay,
honestly.
I was doing a thing. So, you do notice, however, that as he deflects some of the nuts from the nuts bazooka, a few of them ping off the side and hit that, which you guys forgot was here, that massive prison you were all around. A few of the nuts bazookas hit that, and very, very small cracks appear in it. And you'll see him whip his head around, and then right back to you all.
Fire
pass
will
it.
look where he looked, since he can't hear anything anyway, so just all she's got is whatever he's looking at. Just,
Yeah, I'm sending it right to fire.
oh dear.
Over to you then.
I'm doing this to like help you get out, hopefully, before he attacks again.
What if I want to let him go before me?
You can do that.
I think that's a valid popcorn, but that's me. Foxy's the GM.
Hey, I'll take it on. It's fine. I'm all with it.
Foxy's the GM, the Gashi Maestro.
I sure do be maestro and goshily. So, Mercury
Quite goshily.
clearly being irritated with you, will say, "This will go on no longer." He will point at the still immobilized, at the still enchained Lady Devamon. Actually, no, you know what? Nah, we're gonna go ahead and put Yokomon actually, as she's still right in front of us. He will point and turn both arms inward, and both those mirrors in his arms will begin to shine brightly, shining collateral. And he will fire off his signature attack. You are going to go ahead and roll to defend now, if you could please.
All right. Would quick reflexes and natural armor come into play for this?
I'd say one or the other will apply here.
All right, then quick reflexes.
Let's see it.
I'm just rolling my dodge.
Yep.
All right.
Oh, motherfuck. Sorry, track's a bop. I love this track a lot.
And do I have setback or?
Yes. Oh, right, setback's the thing. I totally forgot about that. Never mind. Okay, cool. That wasn't too bad.
All right.
What you got?
So for my dodging,
Need to beat 5.
Well, I have 2 6s and 3 5s, so that's gonna
You
be
beat 5.
7 successes.
As the Shining Collateral fires off, and Yokomon sort of like fades and then lands next to you, and you think, perfect, she avoided it. And Yokomon kind of looks at you with a look that says, not perfectly. As you will still take 3 damage for each active illusion he has current on, which is 2. So take 6 damage, please.
6 damage.
Mm-hmm. However, those illusions then end. So Lady Devimon is no longer immobilized,
And I'm no
and
longer
Angelomon, you are no longer poisoned, even though you didn't take any poison.
Wait,
What?
wait.
No, I thought I was
so
dead. Who was poisoned?
Sorry, Angelomon was poisoned.
Oh.
Me.
Am I still deafened?
No, you're right. That was also a thing.
Wait, so lay that one out for us in slow-mo, because he had Angelomon in chains, or sorry, Lady Devimon in chains, Angelomon poisoned, Foxfire deafened.
Yes, wouldn't that be 3 effects up?
You're right.
That's 3 effects, 9 damage, but all of those things stop as soon as
You
he
mean 6 damage? Or
he
3?
attacks,
Yeah,
like
now,
as if they were never there.
I will say. So here's what I'll say. I'll give you this for free. What it looks like is he clearly tried to. So Yokomon clearly dodged that attack. He clearly applied some very focused mirage to still make it so that she wouldn't be able to perfectly see where it was, to still basically make it still do some damage. But causing that focused mirage made him have to break his focus on all the other mirages. So basically, if he would have hit, no, you would all still be perfectly attacked. Him missing makes him deal damage for all his active mirages and all his mirages.
How much damage was it per illusion?
It's 3 per illusion, so 9 total. Sorry.
That's
Artie's not smart, but he's got a great bullshit detector.
Mhm. I mean, you did take the talent for telling it like it is.
I also get boost whenever I defy authority.
Oh shit, you sure do.
And this dude
Well,
has been exuding authority like a motherfucker.
In that case, who you passing it to, Foxfire? Or sorry, no,
Oh,
I just went, didn't I?
now it's
Yeah,
my
you
turn.
now it's Foxfire's turn.
You're right. Go on.
Fire's gonna shake her head as sound finally comes back, and she's just like, dick move. And then just look over where he had glanced and just give like a nod of her head to Yokomon as he dashes over to just leap in the air and slam her whole weight down onto that cracked casing.
So before you do this, because I clearly want to attack this thing, I want to offer, this is a certain thing that everyone else here has done that you haven't done yet, which you have the ability to do because of last episode. Do you want to do that thing before you do this attack?
Yes.
In that case, I need new music. So describe for me how you are connecting with Yokomon in this moment, using your bond and your newfound crest of friendship to push them forward, as I find better music for this moment. Go on.
Save them. We can't let him hurt any more of our friends.
Yokomon lands in front of you. I won't fail them, and I won't fail you. Not while we're together. Yes?
Of course.
And she kind of, almost as light begins to gather around Yokomon and swell and gather in this white light, you can hear her voice now kind of echoing a bit and sounding less bestial and slowly edging into that softer, almost more femme. You know, I've been thinking, and that shadow will grow into a tall, statuesque, womanly humanoid figure Typically bearing some of the marks of being a fox-like creature, namely the ears still about their head, although it's now covered with a large, tall hat, which kind of an armored visor that comes down around the front of her nose. She has a large flowing robe that goes down over her hands, shoulder pads over outside of her shoulders, a long flowing leg armor going down her very curvy figure, and as she brings her hands together, pulls a long figure like a wooden ink brush, which she swipes down. As it sort of cuts this path of ink, you realize it's not an ink brush. It's a sword, a long bladed Dion, angled and edged in golden fox patterns around the edge. As they sort of swing that blade around, Dalrenmon, shall we? And she said, oh, sorry, I should finish the thing. She says, I have been thinking, and she spins the blade, that I could use a weapon.
It suits you.
And she puts it forward. Shall I put it to good use then, partner?
Yeah.
And she sort of slashes. A black trail of ink opens. She dashes forward and steps fully into that trail of ink, disappearing. A small ink line dashes in lines across the ground at rapid speed before it opens up as another ink portal just in front of that prism, which she steps out and and says, calligraphy blade, and spins in a full circle, slashing into that thing. Go ahead and roll an attack roll for me. Roll it with boost.
Which stat am I rolling?
I'm going to say you're diving straight in and attack, so that's an agility one for me, definitely.
All right. Let's boost.
What you got for me?
A 6, and then 2 other successes, so 4 successes.
4 successes total. Let me see if I can beat that with this thing. Rolling setback, I sure can't. I can actually only meet it, which is enough for you to beat it. How much damage do you do?
20.
Ow. The blade slashes directly into the side of the prism, indenting in the side of it and cracking a full side of it open as it splits directly into it. Mercurymon fully breaking this sort of lull, this calm, passive demeanor he's been trying to hold up, looks and just, no, you mustn't break that.
Also, I didn't have this as my signature attack, but can I make calligraphy blade my new signature attack thing?
Oh, fucking course you can. What the fuck?
Alright, then,
Friends, I don't know if you realized, Dalrenmon isn't real. I made you a Digimon in the 30 seconds after you asked me you wanted a sword.
Yeah. Yeah, so, actually gonna be, let's see, 23 damage.
Oh, all right. Well, so I'm gonna apply that damage to Mercurymon. He is clearly on the ropes. He is backing down and again stepping away from all of you and sort of slowly and kind of backing off as he's looking at the scene around him. And that case begins to shatter more and more. He is taking this moment to kind of step away. Artie and Isabella, although your Digimon are still fighting right now, you both look over and see Dalrenmon hit this prism, and now recognize, with Mercurymon backing off to kind of take a moment to figure things out, there's an opening where you could both hit the prism and probably shatter it wide open. Take that moment narratively. Go ahead, please.
I'll go first. I think what happens is that Angelwamon gives Devawamon a look, because Devawamon has these awesome, amazing chains as a part of her look. Angelwamon has this weird, long tapestry thingy. I don't know what it is. And Angelwamon would want to try to grab this prism with a lasso and like pull it towards her and Devilamon so they can smash it together.
I love that.
Absolutely. No, 100%. Don't even fucking roll for that. Fuck all that. Please, go ahead.
But yeah, do that bit, and then I got a thing.
So, you absolutely, so Angelomon sort of throws out their arms and flares their wings. Feathers fly out as this tapestry sort of flies out because it's going to wrap around the prism from one side. And she looks over to Lady Devamon and not knowingly nods at her. Almost sisterly nods at her. Take it from there?
Sisterly or sexual?
No. It's as Corndog was describing, the chains like fly out. They grab it together and pull with Herculean effort.
Mercurymon just, no.
You're a huge faker. We weren't trapped. She wasn't poisoned. Or it's not dark. She wasn't poisoned, and that Digimon is not trapped.
And he says, no, not this close. Not this close to everything coming to fruition. Not after all I've planned.
Face it. You're no match for us. Because we got teamwork, love, and... oh, shit, wait.
Friendship?
At that moment, the chains wrap around the tapestry, condense in, cracking more of that half of the prism struck by the blade. Angelomon and Lady Devamon slam their hands down on the ground together, pulling in harder. Dalrenmon pulls that blade back, spins it in her hand, and with a two-handed swing, brings it down again, and it fully splits wide open, bursting open with light and sound as all the lightning disperses out around the room. The illusion is dispelled. You can see the room around you. Mercurymon's once again, sort of back, still in Digimon form, now almost too large to be able to even stand in this room, is careening back as if looking away from that light, and has his head down, and is mumbling, murmuring, almost panting. He's not channeling any illusion, it seems. At least you can't tell. He's always done it by waving his hand or something like that. But he's just clearly distraught, lost at this. And it's as you do this, well, any of you reacting and going for the cabin? Going for the prism? Going to see inside?
I will personally care about Prism after the big guy's got his dome knocked in. And this seems like a great moment for dome knocking.
Yeah.
In that case, I'm assuming you're all going to turn to knock some domes. Isabella?
Isabella would want to hang onto the prism and play keep away.
Yes.
To make sure that he cannot access it. I think as like they pulled it forward, the tapestry was just like wrapping itself further and further around to like really try to conceal the prism from our man of mirrors.
And Fire, what's your plan?
To have plan would be to have Sauron use Calligraphy Blade to warp behind our good friend Mercurymon.
Dalrenmon steps into a portal, steps out behind them, raises her sword to clearly end the enemy who is literally laying down as if prepared for execution. Isabella, sorry, Artie, please, no, go take it, please.
Hey, I think we get, we also get, like a second before then, before the blade comes down, there's the kind of like fast static movement effects, and Lady Devamon is there and does like a half suplex Punishone before jumping out of the way of the blade.
Of course, absolutely. Nah, yeah, absolutely.
And it's like full like wrestler move where the animation is exactly how they did it when Tesla Jellymon used Punishon.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Yeah, no. And I think the way this you come down, Lady Devimon elbow comes down and drops. Mercurymon slams down, the mirror on the front of his body, cracking and splintering a bit. You can see parts of it all splay and fly out as he lands and smashes into the ground. No. No! And as Dauramon gets ready to bring the blade down, Isabella, you go over to the prism, checking to see what's going on. Now it's fully cracked open. You can see the demon inside of it. You can see what's going on. Check on the demon inside of it. You pick your head over, like almost having to like climb up a bit, sort of get over the rim of where it's broken into. Thankfully, it's not too sharp or anything like that. You peer over the rim and see a well of infinite, all-consuming blackness. A cold black like the void of death. A cold black like the end of everything. A cold black like a silence and quiet beyond time. A black so all-consuming it draws you in, pulls your soul out of you through your throat and down. It is horrifying. It is the end of all things.
He made a mistake.
We cut back to the Goliath residence. A man, Mr. Goliath, as you were, whose name I'm forgetting right now, forgive me, presses a few buttons on his computer screen and turns that screen around to show a video of a massive building somewhere in downtown New York on fire, a full corner of it on fire. It is burning. Trucks are on site trying to evacuate people. It is clearly a scene of disaster. And just as the camera freezes and stops, in the distance is a large, yellow, almost beetle horn helmeted dinosaur with red eyes staring in the camera, only barely visible through all the flames. 2 years ago, a freak fire broke out in a downtown New York apartment. 35 people died, 117 were injured. The public blamed an electrical accident. In reality, it was the first digital incursion. Its name was Greymon. From then, we have worked to realize that these two realms of ours, the digital and material, are inextricably linked. Incursions have been happening for longer than you can think. Name a mythical creature. It is likely one of your friends stepping into our plane of existence for the brief bit.
Wait, how
Thus-
long ago did he say this first one was? 2 weeks?
2 years. 2
2
years.
Was that before
Scarlet,
the dude had approached him?
give me a second. Scarlet says, wait. So then your plan isn't to destroy the digital world? And he says, it wasn't really a consideration regardless. My plan was to separate it. I had my researchers, along with the help of DataCorp, who reached out shortly after the incident, partner and begin to delve into the digital realm. We learned much. And in it, we found an entity. An incredibly ancient, deadly, powerful entity. And through incredible work and effort, we contained it. And from there, we devised our plan. Using its corruptive essence on the digital world, that same corruptive power that seemed to cause these disruptions and incursions in our world, we would use it to create, effectively, pillars, spires, that push the barrier between the two worlds wider until it becomes so wide that incursions can no longer happen, because the digital and material realms would be permanently separated. The only passages controlled by us. This is not about surveillance, Scarlet. It is about safety. The safety of our world. Scarlet looks, her face dropping, going pale. Where were you keeping it? What? Speak up, Scarlet. The thing you captured? Where were you keeping it? And he says, there was no point in secrecy then. We were holding it at Goliath headquarters, in a secret room accessible only through my office. Scarlet's face drops. The great folly. No, 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 no! And with that, we're gonna take one more break, friends.
Oh no!
Time to find out how bad they fucked up in a few minutes.
You
See you
can't do
soon.
this to us.
Bye!
Wait, not bye. We'll be back soon.
Yeah,
We'll be back soon.
We'll be back.
And we return to tonight's episode of With the Will. A blade descends on Mercurymon. The armored knight laid low, holding his hand up, screaming no and mumbling to himself. Dalrenmon spins their blade, drives it straight down, fully going through that armor, coming out of the other side, shattering the mirror. Glass spirals out against the ground. Mercurymon coughs, shards of glass land on the ground. Finally! After all my work, after all my diligent service, it is revealed the great folly. Thank you for your service, Digi-Destined.
You planned to die?
I planned so much.
Hey, how does Isabella look right now?
Probably, probably real messed up. I think, she looks like just terrified, absolutely horrified. And Angelamon is probably doing everything she can to shake Isabella out of it.
Yeah, I like the idea. Artie, not even paying attention to Mercurymon, is running over to the broken egg and is like pulling Isabella. Bells, come back! What? And is like pulling you off of the egg and into safe zone.
The moment you two try to like have a quick check-in right there, you have to immediately sort of like hold it as you are swept away again by Angelamon and Lady Devamon, who, out of the way now! And suddenly, that prism erupts, a column of pure black data shooting straight through the roof, intangibly moving straight through it, up into the sky, parting into an open, wide hole, and then closing, leaving the sky dark and cloudy with foreboding storms.
Fire is gonna just message Scarlet, just we fucked up. Before looking back to the mortally wounded Mercurymon.
Mercurymon is still laughing. Are you seeing it now? That one, weakly holding his hand out towards Isabella, must have noticed that raw, encroaching feeling of ending. That pure, all-consuming black like the apocalypse. It is beautiful, is it not?
And what's the point of it for you if you're dead?
My goal was only to herald the master. And you can see Mercurymon beginning to kind of parts, as that armor begins to kind of crack and fall away like bits of mirror. Under him is just layers of that same black-purple data you all could see on the black spires. I was made for that purpose.
We'll destroy your master like we did you.
You will fail, like you have just now.
Fire, I don't think she's okay.
What?
Go Tend to your friend, and then I will tell you the truth of what I have wrought.
Fire's gonna just punch him in the face and then go over to Isabella.
Dalrenmon will pin the sword, pinning him into the ground, and then leave their hands going. Pull their hands in a seal, and a large sort of like ink-like pattern will appear under him, clearly sealing him down on the ground. You remain there until your dying breath. Isabella, and yes, let's check in with you all real quick. Seems like a good moment to do that.
Second with who?
Isabella and I, right?
I feel like we get this scene of Artie holding up Artemis holding up their sister, while Anjuamon and Lady Devamon are kind of like towering over the both of them. This is probably as small as the two of them have ever looked, and the worriedest that Artemis has ever looked. Vals, please say something.
She doesn't say anything, but she does reach out and grab your hand.
Oh my god, I'm shattering.
What? And Artemis like looks up at Anjuamon and Lady Devamon. What happened? What was in there? I don't understand.
Lady Devamon kind of, you can see, because Lady Devamon's eyes are visible, unlike Anjuamon's. Both of their heads are down, and over on the side, the camera will quickly show Dalrenmon's, as they're still holding that sort of symbol, is also kind of holding their head down. And in fact, Kian, who is now reappearing, looking at you all, just, guys, I saw it all, and is running over to Isabella just like to check in. And Doramon also has his head down in that same way he was when he had those brief flashbacks, holding the crystal on his head. Lady Devamon just, we believe. We're remembering. We were there. We were all there. And there were others. And Doramon, other warriors. We were so shiny, so bright. And you failed. For my master lived.
Tell us something useful before we put you out of your misery.
Kian says, guys, remember the murals in the temple?
Yeah.
The first one had those 8 cool-looking Digimon. What if they were... Well, our guys change a lot when they digivolve. What if they were like that at some point, before they met us? What if they were the ancient heroes?
Why did they forget everything?
And that's when Dalrenmon speaks up. Because we lost. We were defeated. We wounded it. Damaged his apparition, barely. But we couldn't contain everything that he was. Everything that it could be. Anjuamon fully leaning over. It was all-consuming. So powerful. So deafening. And at once, every Digimon present speaks at once. Most of them in terrified horror, and one in awe-stricken glory. Seed Millenniumon. Mercurymon, again, lost in this rapture. The first and the last. The beginning and end of the cycle. He, which creates digital life, for the sole purpose of destruction. Rebirth in new image, the material and digital blended together in blessed new symphony, destructive harmony. All that was shall be, and all that shall be was.
So we did the wrong thing?
Oh, on the contrary, you did exactly as you were supposed to.
Stop talking in riddles! Just say something plain!
2 years ago, a round of incursions, tears into the material realm began on our end. This time, humanity noticed, saw us. And my master knew then his plan could be wrought, not through his own power, but through the hubris, through that infinitely mortal desire for humans to control everything they can't. He sent me to twist and bend that child's father, to wield him like a toy, to think that he could capture and contain my infinitely glorious master, and using his power, separate our realms. All he has done is pave the way for their unification. I then had to ensure that the one element of the prophecy, the one annoyingly true part, that one blisteringly shining light at the end of the tunnel, was snuffed out. The Digi-Destined. Thus, I weaved my most grand illusion. I let you humans think you had a chance. Goliath Industries needed to get information. And so when humans ended up on the other side, children no less, they let them. And I led them to believe that they were the chosen ones. In truth, sparse few of them were. And after they were dealt with, well, the one that remained was quite broken, I realized. And I noticed I only got a handful of the batch. So I went for a second round. And it's then when I realized I wasn't simply meant to keep you Digidestined away from my master's prison. I was meant to lead you all to it, to cause the great folly. Only a force as powerful as the crest, as that infinitely annoyingly brilliant bond of your friendship, could have broken that prison. The humans built it strong, after all. And thus, here you all are, doing exactly what I knew you would.
And why
Thank
would
you.
your master let himself be imprisoned in the first place?
The material world is shockingly resilient. It took inside agents. And why corrupt the humans when you can play into that infinitely easy hubris they have? Infinitely easy, indeed.
Why not just incur upon this realm himself?
Incursions are a random chance, a flip of probability. We are just data, after all.
Then how did he send you here?
Well, it turns out when an incursion happens one way, it happens both ways. So that same rip that let Goliath Industries first peer into our realm, let my master perceive yours. And all his infinite intelligence needed. My time is brief. All his infinite intelligence needed was a moment to create me and send me through.
Made
From
to
there,
die.
made to bring him back.
Very selfish of him.
What is selfishness in the face of a god?
A god can be just as selfish to their creations.
And do you believe What now, Digidestined? That you will gallivant off, stomping your little feet and swinging your little fists in the face of the end of creation? Do you believe
failed to
you're
get rid
so
of all the
mighty enough?
Digidestined.
What will you do? There are supposed to be 8 Digidestined. How can 5 become 1 when there are no others to become 1 with?
There are others.
You seem infinitely certain about that.
You seem awfully confident for someone who's dying.
Someone who's 1.
Of course. It doesn't matter to you if your master actually succeeds now. You get to die thinking you've succeeded.
A glorious thing to die with a cause. Pray we all be so lucky. Now
He
then,
won't win.
and you are certain, little one.
I won't let him.
I have been following you for a while, all of you. You barely know who you are. What makes you so certain you can stop God?
You've been following us for so long and you still couldn't keep yourself from dying.
This
How
was
easy
planned.
would it have been to free your master without having to kill yourself?
Mercurymon, as he begins to fall apart more, creaks his head up to you, Artemis. That there, crest of courage. That fire. You will need it. Pray it doesn't burn. Out.
We'll find Daisuke. You thought you'd gotten rid of him, didn't you?
I thought. No. I made sure. He would be far too broken to know what to do. Can you save him from that he's leaning over more and more now? That endless mire of loneliness.
You thought wrong.
And he fully creaking over, that ickingly cocky smile on that front mirror, finally fading out as he goes motionless, still impaled on Dalrenmon's blade.
We can't let them win.
We won't. But we need help.
Bells, please. Please wake up. I don't know how to do this without you. Please.
You feel a light squeeze in your hand, and it's just, I'm awake. Don't know if I want to be, but I am.
We can fix this. We have to.
We will, Kian says from the side. We'll get Scarlet. We'll get back to the digital world. We'll find that thing. We'll kick its ass.
Yeah.
Is everybody okay?
Yeah, physically. Think Scarlet's dad can help us get to the digital world?
I don't. And it's at that moment, all of your digivices ring, which isn't a thing you knew they could do.
Hello?
You look at them, and a face, they almost kind of congeal as one, as a light comes up on all of them, and those lights converge down below you all in this room into one image. It's a desk, and in front of that desk, you see one person who doesn't look familiar, a large man in a suit with a glower look, and two people, or I should say, one person and one mon, who do, in Scarlet and Terrier Mon.
Do we know Scarlet's dad's name?
I think you just know him as Mr. Goliath.
John Old Goliath.
Wow, yep, that
Mhm,
sure happened.
mhm.
And it's, as you tap in, you just, oh my, that worked. Oh my gods, that worked. Dad, how did you? We've been studying the digital world for a while. Digidestined are not a new concept for us.
Not gonna ask how
You-
much you know on it. We fucked up. You fucked up. We gotta do something.
In fairness, you fucked up first and worse,
Scarlet's like,
and now we have to fix it.
Scarlet's like, I fucked up. What did I do? I
No,
didn't
your
know what-
dad, your stupid dad.
No.
Kick him in the shins.
Alright,
And he,
Scarlet, we fucked up. You would have fucked up with us if you were here. But
he's-
it-
and he
it's bad.
says, in fairness, it says, in fairness, Mr. Williams, or who I'm now revealing may be Mercury Mon.
How do you know that?
Well, let's just say that I've been filled in on various things, and, well, if you believe your registered Digimon is impressive, and he lifts a holographic panel on his desk and you see a scroll of thousands of individual Digimon, like those lists you have in your devices, except every single entry, at least most of them, are filled in. Just,
You got that Renmon on there?
and he says, we do not. And he kind of immediately, almost weirdly enough, you see him kind of brighten isn't the word, but he perks a bit and sort of focuses a bit and presses some more buttons. You'll see information and data begin to fill in and just marvelous. I won't make any of you roll this. Scarlet's dad's a Digimon nerd.
We knew that. Man, it must have been killing him to separate the worlds.
And he says, is that said out loud, actually?
Still want to kick him in the nuts.
Maybe.
That's fair.
Sure. We'll say it's that out loud.
And he says, you have no idea. The digital realm is marvelous, and I am only now, through my daughter, learning the true scope of the damage we have caused to it. I have thought it was a realm we could push away and then separate for later study when we could find a more stable solution to the incursions. I did not think it would lead to this.
Yeah,
It means little in the face of what may be happening now.
it's been just entwining the worlds and causing harm.
Indeed. The
We
readings we are
couldn't have
getting
known.
are... Indeed. The readings we are getting are worrying. Data is streaming between the realms faster than possible. Material essence doesn't belong in the digital realm. Its process of becoming data releases a long ton of energy. It will cause catastrophic
Oh my
damage and will-
god. Too much talking. Scarlet, get over here. We're going to the digital world and we're gonna kick God's ass.
Mr. Goliath, how do we get back to the digital world?
And he says,
Make a tube.
and he says, you all are the ones with the digivices. They are literal digital entities tied to our material realm. They're effectively not real. If
Okay.
anything can go to the digital world, it's you all through them.
So we do the thing we've been doing to travel, but to there.
And he says,
You think of that sooner.
well, you're all children. And while I am usually quick to remind children how short-sighted, bullheaded,
Yeah,
and unaware of
whatever.
who they are, he then holds up a hand and says, I am also recently learning you are all far more capable than I am giving you all credit for. Thus, allow me to offer some kind of penance for my crimes. While getting to the digital world is obviously your responsibility, as is saving it, may I remind you. If you're going somewhere specific, I believe I can triangulate you there. Just this once.
We should get to Daisuke.
Nice guy.
Daisuke? Daisuke?
Who or what?
Daisuke. There we go.
And you
Who or what
find
is a
someone
Daisuke?
you sent there before.
I can find a literal nanoparsec of digital information down to the coordinate. I could send you inside someone's stomach if I had to. I won't.
Please don't.
Yeah, please, no. Let's not
I would
talk about
just.
that.
We should go to Daisuke.
Yeah.
Maybe
How
they
many
can
of you-
help, or maybe we can help them.
Do any of you have
Probably
any
that one.
information? Do any of you have any information on this Daisuke? Are they? They are. Wait a minute. You wouldn't
They're-
mean.
Person.
Fire's gonna like try to like send whatever data they have of scanning Daisuke's Digimon. Yeah.
Absolutely. He says, "Hold on now. You send over the information on Daisuke's two Digimon, the Lunamon and the Lopmon. The Lunamon he looks at and says, "Hold on now. I remember this Digimon. I received files on Datacorp's first incursions, which monitored the first children who entered the digital world. We were fools to allow them to stay there. We should have gotten them out. But
I'm sure.
Yes, you fucked up a lot. Let's
you were
keep going.
Yeah.
But this Lunamon is familiar. This one, however, I don't believe I've seen before. The Lopmon type is in our data, but this specific Lopmon, it's nowhere in our database. It's nowhere in any of our databases. Whose
Any idea why?
partner is this? Well, my first theory would be it's a wild Digimon, but those have specific data signatures we can track to know their type and everything. This one's coming up. Well, it's not coming up on notable readings. I can't tell what it is.
Hey, Foxy, can I call it like it is?
Go.
Is this a small avatar of an evil god?
You know what? Artemis, you're having a flash suddenly. It's hard to tell. It's hard to remember what's happening, but you're pretty sure, you're pretty certain. Daisuke was definitely one of the, if you're looking at the files that were sent over by Fire, definitely, absolutely looks like one of those figures you saw somewhere on that mural. Then you're like, wait, no. Daisuke definitely wasn't on that mural. Daisuke isn't a Digidestined. He shouldn't have a partner.
Oh.
So it might not just be that Lopmon isn't his partner. Lunamon probably shouldn't be either.
What? Is Daisuke? I'm so confused.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think here's what I'll give you for now. I think the pieces you're puzzling with right now are, for a fact every Digidestined has a partner. They are who you digivolve to. You
Yeah.
obviously all have them. That's a clear fact.
We're Lunamon.
You also know for a fact that in a battle, Daisuke used a Digivice to make Lunamon digivolve. It's happened. You've at least
Yeah.
got
Wait.
one that
No,
happened.
did Lunamon digivolve? I thought
Actually,
Lunamon didn't
you're right.
digivolve because
No. Yeah, that's true. You're right. You have
Use
not
the
seen Lunamon
Digivice to
digivolve.
power up Lunamon.
Yes, that's true. Power Lunamon, but not digivolving. Which makes you think something's weird with Daisuke. And I think the thing you're thinking is, there's three possibilities. One, Daisuke is an avatar of evil god, and it's all an even deeper, bigger trick, and you should go, and you're about to make a second
that's
massive
way
mistake.
too complicated.
No, like immediately, as a pissed off teenager, we will have Artemis dismiss that out of hand.
Yes.
Okay. I can do that.
No matter how infinite and infallible you are, no god could convincingly play a teenager. I'm sorry.
No,
That's
it
true.
just doesn't happen.
In that case, second possibility, Daisuke's Digimon, the Lunamon he's been fighting with, is an illusion created by Mercurymon. You've been fooled by these things convincingly in every possible sense. You have no idea how deep they can go. It could all have just been an illusion. Perhaps an illusion done on Daisuke to make him think he was Digidestined. And/or...
Alternative option. Lunamon was a different Digidestin's party.
I fucking love you so much. The way I was literally about to say,
Yeah.
just that.
Yeah. We share the brain cell.
Wow. I'm gushing right now over this game.
Yeah,
You
of
guys are so
course.
incredible. I love you all so fucking much right now. Oh my god. Wow. What a session.
Time's a wasting.
Indeed. Scarlet is like, right, so then I should probably get
Yes,
to you all.
yes, obviously.
Okay, Dad, can I go to the... Scarlet, I
Stop!
guess we're past that point. Go on, please. And he turns the computer screen. Scarlet, right then. And she kind of presses a button and immediately steps through. You'll notice that she now, her tag, now has a gleaming green symbol in it. The crest of sincerity. Which, she's like, wait, huh? When did I?
Doesn't matter, let's go!
Ariamon?
We don't have
Bopped through a
time.
portal.
Bring Terriamon, let's
Okay,
go.
let's go. What's happening? Killing God, I think, yeah?
Yeah!
When we find him. Or her. Or them.
It.
Yeah.
I think technically God uses God self as pronouns. Let's go!
You'll see Scarlet's father still on the hollow screen. Press some buttons, and you'll see a red and black portal begin to sort of separate in front of you all. And I believe I've coordinated the coordinates properly. You should land just about right on top of them, as long as you're, keeping your eyes up. They should be in front of you. And he says, he's like several moments hesitating. The fate of both of our realms lies in your hands now, Digidestined.
I mean, we have no option but to succeed.
Indeed. So
Eat
you'll
my
do so.
shirts, old man. We got this.
Fire's gonna just go in.
And
So is Artemis. Already gone.
he just sits there shaking his head, watching. Isabella?
Isabella shores herself up and gets ready to go, but she's focusing. She's not focusing on the darkness as something to be afraid of right now. She's focusing on it as a place where she wants to find it because she knows that Daisuke is usually nearby. So I think she's trusting that an adult sure can help with triangulation, I guess, whatever the fuck that means. But she wants to know where she's going. So she's actively putting that at the front of her mind and just kind of showing herself up. Also, is Angelomon still around?
Angelomon, as the fight is now over, your Digimon are now a bit tuckered out and powering down back to their base forms. So Angelomon is now glowing as she shrinks back into Lalamon and lands on top of your head.
I have a question. How much do the others know about Daisuke aside from what I've told them?
How much do they know? They know that he was, according to the reports, a kid who was sent through by Datacorp. We'll come back to give you more info on that later. I want to make sure we get everybody else finish the stuff. Isabella, anything else from you as Lalamon lands on your head?
You know what, Lalamon? I think we're gonna need to figure out ways to make more light in the world. And maybe just blast a god with light at some point.
She crawls over the top of your head. She's now hanging upside down in front of your face, and she says, well, I don't know much about blasting gods, but you're all the light we need.
As fire vanishes through the portal, he'll be like, have you tried hugs, Mr. Fool?
Dalrenmon, who is already slowly turning back into Renamon as she gives a salute and goes to the portal and just see you on the other side.
Can
Let's get this done.
Renamon keep the cool sword?
Unfortunately, no. Not for right now, but...
Oh well.
Artie has already ran through. Lady Devamon looks at the scene and just... always so eager. And then sort of slowing back down Jellymon as if their personality just snaps right back in. And so am I! Let's do this! And arms through the portal and stretches himself and just pulls through.
Just Jellymon.
Ian looks over at you, Isabella, and Lalamon and just... Hey, we've got this, yeah?
Yeah, we do. And I'm gonna grab Kian's hands to make sure that they don't get separated from us again.
Mm-hmm.
And jump through with them and Lalamon in my
Doraemon hops on Kian's back, even though they're fully about Kian's height, honestly, with their stand up straight.
You're so big.
And they just, you all, in one big bundle, just jump into the portal. And as you all sort of hop through, you take a moment to all breathe together. Scarlett's dad watches you all, head shaking, and just, perhaps the adults should do less talking and leave it in the kids' hands for once. And he closes that hologram down. And the scene fades, and we pass ourselves next to our closing scene. You all exit back to, well, it's a city, or at least over a city. There's a cliff over a city. The city has been, well, quieted as it's night. You can still hear nascent sounds as Digimon move about a little bit. Lights hanging out from buildings. This place has been affected by the digital storms and all that it inspires around, but not horribly. More than that, as you all manifest through in digital light, you all step out onto a high, overhanging cliff, whereupon a storm is brewing over. Rain downpouring over the city and the hill and the forest surrounding it, washing over all of you. And as this rain falls and sort of downpours over you all, you find yourself not seeing anyone in front of you directly. However, one of you was tuning, looking for that darkness, not as something to be afraid of, but as a source of the person you were all trying to reach out to, the person you were all trying to, well, help, heal. And as you all, as Isabella, as you kind of feel out for that darkness, you can almost feel shadow gather just at the crest of that hill, over where you can all see a figure slowly, with hands in their pockets, walk out in front of you both, in front of you all five of you. About damn time we got here, yeah?
Been a bit, Daisuke.
Something like that. Where you been?
You know, kicking
Here-
ass.
Here, there, making mistakes. So,
And he says, yeah, about those. And he looks up, and as you all look up now, in the middle of the digital world, fully hanging kilometers wide, is a massive swirling black vortex with red and purple lightning cackling and twisting through it. That you guys?
could you have given me a warning, or is this as unexpected for you as it was for us?
I don't know what's going on just yet.
I can
What?
fill you in.
What?
Evil God.
Yeah,
Evil God.
yeah, pretty much.
Hey, Daisuke, I don't know much about you, but you seem like the kind of person who wants to kick God in the teeth.
Uh-huh. And he says, kind of looking at you all.
Fire's gonna look at Lunamon. Just
Lunamon and the Lalamon are both with him. Lunamon is next to him, already kind of like looking at you all with just a flat look. The Lalamon is up on his shoulder, her ears kind of already folding a bit over her head. She does look over at you, Isabella, who saw her in the town, and wave a little bit. So you now can confirm the Lalamon he has on his shoulder is the same Lalamon you saw in the village so many episodes ago.
nice. Was Daisuke your
I
original
think
tamer?
Isabella and Lalamon both wave back and provide a friendly face to that Lalamon. That is one of my traits.
The ears part a little bit more as she kind of slightly warms up to you both.
Yeah, Fire's just gonna say, was Daisuke your original tamer?
Lunamon looks over and looks over at Daisuke. Daisuke nods, looks back at you all. No, he wasn't.
I'm sorry.
And Daisuke says, for that? Or for that? Looking up at the big vortex.
Can it be both?
Could be. Neither of them stops what's coming. And he moves his coat and pulls from his trench coat a Digivice.
You got any plans to help with that?
Maybe. But first, I'm making sure you all don't get in the way anymore.
What?
Lunamon, and the device will light up. Lunamon hops over the crest of the cliff, glowing in white light, and landing. As they land, they will grow into a massive armored white figure. Their head crest over, their bunny ears still long behind them, and in their hands, a long glaive that can spin around. Press them on guard, Digidestined.
What? Why?
No, we're here to help. Oh,
Literally,
no.
we need your help. What are you doing?
Daisuke looks up. You all have helped enough. And I don't do teams.
And you can fight God yourself?
I'll do it if I have to.
Then go
Got
do
this
it
now.
instead of fighting us.
What? And leave you all to fuck up even more?
What can we fuck up if you go kill God?
I'm not about to go find out.
Okay. You're a bitch.
Sounds great. Now get your device out.
Renamon
No.
has already digivolved.
No, we're not fighting. Lolamon and Isabella step forward. No, we're not doing that. We're not participating in this. You need to help us and we need to help you. You've been stuck here way too long, my guy. And things are real bad and everything's real dark and terrible. And it's going to be worse for everyone. Literally everyone if we don't work together.
Yeah.
And Artemis is gonna like come up behind Isabella and like clap her on the shoulder. There's more than one way for 5 to become 1.
What? I don't understand, but also...
United front, come on! It's a metaphor!
Yes.
It's a fucking metaphor!
Okay, yes. I'm not gonna fight. Fire will just say, like, you and your friends got manipulated by the same Digimon that we did.
And he says,
Don't let
and
him-
yeah,
Miramon sucks.
Don't let him be in control, even though he's gone.
and who's to say he's not right now? After all, if we both got confused, then tell me how you all got to walk away with everyone you came in with. And he pulls a necklace from his shirt that has 3 tags hanging down from it.
Like-
and I lost everyone who mattered to me.
Like 3 Digidestin tags.
Yep. Now shut up and fight. And he has tears coming out of
Fighting
his
us
eye.
won't bring them back.
But what I have learned is that if you punch a mirror guy in the dick, you can get a lot of information, which sounds weird. I know. But what I'm trying to say, and what's super important, is that they're not really gone as long as you're still
Hey,
here.
Isabella. Roll reflex.
Oh no. What's that?
That's the first. It's a good stat.
Okay. Do I
You
have
can also,
to?
if you're afraid of that, you can also roll, if it's better for you, rolling your
Can
analog
I?
ability.
Actually, can I roll with my kid type feature? Hate is always foolish, where I gain boost when I attempt to encourage others, calm emotions, or when I go out of my way to help someone in need.
Sure.
Yeah.
554. That's the dice roll. I don't know what that means with the boost.
Pressamon's polearm, as you are ranting, slams into the ground in front of you, about 6 inches from your face. Shut up. And I think right there is where we draw tonight's episode to a close.
But that's not the resolution I want.
This is... We knew how much time we had, gang.
We have 10 more minutes.
Oh, I know, we have the outros. And I gotta give you time to yell before I go to bed. With that said, friends, I thank you all for coming to the most deceptive episode of the Will I think I've ever run. I'm sure my players hate me right now and are gonna yell at me
Oh
for
yeah,
the next
we're gonna yell
the next
at
4
you.
weeks.
You're not gonna get to sleep. You're getting yelled at.
I have
for
to
the
work
rest
in the
of night.
morning. But before I complain and get yelled at, let's go ahead and get these lovely people out of here. Folks, this has been With the Will, our Digimon story. This has been a wonderful episode that I care a lot about. I've been Young Foxy, and I've been gifted by 3 awesome players who can please tell me who they are, who they played tonight, and how they're feeling very briefly, and maybe a sentence or two post this episode. And of course, what other cool things you have coming up for you. We'll start in reverse order from where I went last time with Legendary Vermin.
Hey everybody, I'm Legendary Vermin. You can find me as Legendary Vermin on all the places on the internet that matter, which is of course Itch, Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, Tumblr, other places. I'm all over. I'm all over the place. Come find me. Grab a seat by the fire, and we'll have a good time. Tonight I played Artemis Fuck,
Yes.
and Artemis is here to make bad decisions always, so I'm feeling like I did good by doing bad. It's good.
Yeah.
My personal philosophy is slam your feet on rakes as much as possible as a player, and I want that to be the thing that you take away from tonight, if nothing else. If you want to see me slam my feet on other rakes, you can do so on this channel and several others. My next appearances, as my calendar loads quickly. My next appearance is you get a break from me up until the 11th of next month, which is a Tuesday, when I'm going to be rejoining Camp Runner's Cross for a lovely game of what is going to start as a queer breakfast club and turn into homophobic Friday the 13th. It's great. It's an all queer cast. We're doing a lot of slow world building stuff. It's a Meg Mysteria campaign, so
you know
if that's something that you like,
That's mystery. It has Meg.
more of the
Yeah,
same
brain
and more of the
cells.
goodness.
Obviously.
Of course, the week after that, on the 17th, you can catch me running right here on this channel, The World Within You, our base boosted spray paint splatter take on Voidheart Symphony by Minerva Pachanda. It's Persona. It's Jet Grind Radio. It's Persona meets Jet Grind Radio. Hey.
If I don't
Yeah.
explode, I'll be stream managing so that Michelle can focus on being a cat.
Everybody loves it when Michelle can be a cat.
Yes.
And then on the 20th, last transmission, we were here last week for some more of that. More Meg Mysteria horror. And then, of course, a month from now, With the Will.
With that
That's
said,
it. I'm
Then
done.
we can yell at Foxy more.
thank you. Well, we still gotta finish all the outros and everything else. It's still the 2 people I got an outro, namely, if
Okay.
you're going in reverse order, the incredible, incomparable, wholesome, fart-filled, and loving corn dog McGraw.
Not fart filled anymore, baby.
Hey.
Toot toot. Hey everyone, it's me, Corndog McGraw. You can find me on the internet at Corndog McGraw. You can also catch me tomorrow night on Dat Magic Juice's channel, where I will be playing an All Hail the Queen, where I play Juno, a Twilight Domain cleric who sometimes shits violently to get out of conversations. And then on Friday, you can catch me here. I am in the final Pride one-shot, I guess.
Yeah.
A Monster Hearts one-shot here on Neon Lights Roleplay. Come hang out. I'm gonna be a
Awesome.
witch, and I might do
Yeah.
drugs, so
We
we'll
love
see.
drug witches.
Can we change
Yeah.
that might to a will?
Yeah.
With the will.
I feel like
Absolutely.
with the witch,
Oh, yeah.
yes.
We're devolving.
Yeah.
We're devolving.
We're devolving.
been devolving
Over
the
to
whole
you, Foxy, so you can give it to Spree.
Sweet. I'll do that exact thing I just said and give it over to my best friend Spree. Mwah.
I need
I
more
know.
resolution. You can't leave me in cliffhangers every month.
Listen, we can always stream in 1080. I can't go any further than that.
Foxy, it has been 2 months. I need resolution.
Yeah, well, the campaign has like 4 episodes left, so hang in there. Not even, honestly.
That's
Maybe like
gonna
3.
be like 4 to 5 months.
Honestly, probably like 3. We'll see. Maybe less. We'll see.
But I don't
Don't worry
want
about
you to rush because it's still.
I'm not gonna
fun.
rush it. Just know that y'all are coming up in the end game.
Just know that you're not free even when the campaign ends.
I'm in this for life, baby.
Yeah,
I know that.
you are.
All right, now do your outro.
Fine, I'm Spree. My Twitter will be active if I get hacked and advertise Ray-Bans again, or if I have more issues with my RuneScape account. Otherwise, go follow NLR, watch our other shows, they're cool. Watch all Foxy's shows, he's a great GM. You'll make him blush. It's great.
Yeah, that's happening right now, actually.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. Check out his shows, check out whatever Vermin's doing, because Vermin is the best. And yeah, Corndog will just make your heart smile.
True.
Alright, well, that has been my outro.
Back to me then?
Hopefully it doesn't take too long to spend another month.
Don't worry, it'll be fine. It'll fly by. In any case, I see hearts happening, and I love them very much. Oh, I've been eared. Oh, that's what's happening. I've been eared.
Do you?
Ah, crap.
Vermin,
Hold on.
what, you redeemed ears this late into the stream?
I don't have them. Wait, no, I do have them. I lied. They're right here. They need to be washed, but it's
Wear
okay.
them to sleep
There you
tonight.
go. In any case, okay, let's get
Wear
the
them
fuck
for
out
the
of here.
next 20
Friends,
minutes.
I'm Young Foxy, aka Big Foxy, also known as Favorite Fox, Philly's finest.
My favorite.
I'm on the
Fox.
internet at Young Foxy, YUNGFOXXII. I do all kinds of great things on the internet and TWG related things. Namely, the next place you'll catch me, unfortunately, will not. The next place you'll catch me is going to be on Monday, where we finally, after so much waiting, premiere Neon Afterglow, our return to Night City and our original campaign we ran at the start of this whole fucking adventure of Neon Lights Off. It's gonna be so fucking great. Please come back for it. I can't wait to play Fox again. After that, we unfortunately will not see me on Wednesday for Stardust Ghosts, as we are taking a bit of a break, taking our cast time to rest, as last episode was heavy. Outside of that, we have, next time you'll see me besides then is not until the Wednesday after that for the return of By Shadow Peace, my Warhammer mystery campaign. It's great. We revealed Meg's boyfriend. He's an elf, which means Meg's an elf too. It's gonna be awesome. Don't worry about that. We'll get there. More importantly than that, that's
Always
all I
you and
got.
Meg that cause all the drama, and it's great.
Listen, I blame Meg. We'll get to that later though.
I mean, that's fair.
In any case, I love this game so fucking much, and if I can give my opinion over tonight is I'm just overjoyed and filled with love for my players and my cast right now. So much love to our dear friend Glyza, who we miss again today, and hope to see you back at the table for us soon. Take care of yourself and give you all the energy you need. For our lovely audience tuning in, we love you all so very much. Please hop in the Neon Lights Discord if you ever feel like hanging out with us sometime. Check out our socials. Commands will be going off in chat to make those things pop up in front of your face right about now-ish. Otherwise, we are going to get the fuck out of here for the evening and leave you all with our lovely end screen and our raid. Thank you for all the love you've given us tonight. We will see you all in exactly 1 month. Good night and goodbye.
Still mad that we played exactly into your hand.
I know.
You
You're welcome. Mwah. Good night, everybody.
Bye.
Yo, and right as the music